How's it going? Okay. How was your New Year's? It is currently, if you're watching the replay, it is January 2nd. It's already 2024. Yeah. And actually, I released to my email list the launch of a membership program I'm building. So if you're on the list, you got to see, you got to be the first to get in on it because it's limited to 30 seats. I think, can you hear me okay? Hold on. Okay, cool. It's coming through. I always have to check. So the first group of people for the membership is limited to 30 people because it's going to be a lot of live, or at least I want to teach it live on Zoom, and I want to use the Kajabi live feature also, because you can go into the course and there's a live section to it. Also, the community has a live section to it, and also they also have this group coaching setup also that I kind of want to try out too, where you can add your notes and all this stuff. So there's a lot of tech stuff that I want to test out and play with while I'm teaching. So I'm looking for just 30 at the most, because I want to, be able to work with you closely while teaching how to do hyper-realistic. And also, it's at the lowest price because there's so much, tinkering with it, but it's going to be fun. And yeah, so it's a lot of new, everything's new. So it's a little overwhelming at the same time, but that's why the membership is priced at the lowest I can price it, which is cool. And it's a monthly membership, so it's not a lot of money. And we're going to start from the very beginning: supplies, color mixing, all the things. And I'll do a video actually that'll kind of show my vision for the first run through. But really, the big vision of watercolor wizardry is that it covers all of watercolor, so that you become a wizard at watercolor. So there's other styles I want to add to it, and once it's built out, it's gonna actually be $100 a month. But right now it's at a special price that I'm gonna start promoting to the public. So I'm gonna start, learning how to do all the things and send it out to everybody. Okay, but enough about that. Let's get back to the painting. Okay. I just want to work on it a little bit more. Now, the reason why the reason why I do a study on a smaller size first. Well, actually this is the first bird. Let's high detail that I'm doing. And it's challenging because the skin part of this bird, it kind of reminds me of turkey. Turkeys. We have a lot of wild turkeys out here, actually. Actually, I also have a pet turkey. She's sweetheart. She's so sweet. And it's not directly my pet. It's actually someone else is fully taking care of it. I just get to play with it, kind of like a grandma. I get to be the grandma. They get to feed it, take care of it, everything, and I just get to visit and pet it outside. So she lives with the chickens. We have chickens too. So this part, the skin part, is totally turkey, but this is so beautifully bright blue and then really red down here. Oh, I should have shared. I'll remember to start putting the link of the reference photo on the live streams so that you can see it's on Unsplash, and it's called a Cassowary Bird, so you can probably find it. So now I'm looking for my reference photo that I downloaded from Unsplash. that I'm going to use to paint this bird. And my challenge really was the black feathers, you know, trying to match the reference as closely as possible. And I wasn't sure how to do this area down here. I was going to scratch out the highlights because I don't use gouache or any kind of white, you know, to try to make the white. I try my best to paint strictly traditional, which is using the white of the paper as the white, not using gouache or anything like that. I can use, it's called Misket or Frisket. It's, you know, the rubber that you can put on. Unfortunately, this paper, BEE watercolor paper, it's a lot cheaper than Arches, and Arches is my favorite, but it's also less easy to work with this style, with a hyper-realistic style. First, because it's got texture, and second, because you can't mask it. And actually, even tape, I don't know if you can see my hands over here, but even tape kind of will pull the fibers off of it sometimes, so you kind of have to be careful with it. And also the way it behaves when you lay a lot of water on, not a lot, but like when you're trying to do a sharp edge by wetting it first, sometimes it'll bleed, and sometimes it'll also bleed with regular paint, you know, when you're supposed to be doing wet on dry and then it starts to feather. That's frustrating. But so there's quirks about each supply that you're going to use, and those are the quirks about this paper that I'm, you know, learning as I use it. But the thing is, humans, us, we are very good at adjusting and learning and you know, adjusting our behavior to match whatever we're doing. So I get to, since I know that that's going to happen, I already know that, you know, don't put too much water, don't do this, don't do that, you know. So really the trick to getting better at painting on whatever supply, so I'm talking inexpensive supplies or whatever, is the doing, the learning, the practicing. And that's the part where I get bored when I'm by myself. And so, which is why it was kind of why I started the membership program, so that we can encourage each other, you know, and really share each other's work and, you know, help each other out. That's the whole goal of the membership, is to have that, it's to have people, really, because I was doing this by myself, learning from, you know, online tutorials and stuff, or not online tutorials, but classes, actual courses, and also workshops all through online. And it was the community part of it that I was missing, because I felt isolated and alone doing all the projects. So this is why I built the thing, what I'm launching now, is I wanted the community part of it. And I wanted us all to learn, you know, sharing each other's advice or whatever, right? And ultimately, the membership is going to have other styles. So I love watercolor pouring also, if you know what that is, or if you look it up, it's a fun style of painting. And then I'm not very good at abstract. I don't quite understand it. So I want to bring in guest teachers also that would do that, or the members would basically grow to be coaches and teachers of it. This is like bigger picture, like, you know, later. Yeah, so it's a big vision, and I'll share that in a video somewhere. But let's just, you know, I'm just chatting away. Let's just paint. I'll be promoting the membership for a while, and I think I'll close the doors on the 14th of January, but it is limited to 30 people for the first time through. But we will go, and I'll teach you from beginner to this level in that group, which will be cool. But I'll talk more about that in a different video. I'll just paint this and be quiet. I'll be quiet now. But feel free to chat. I'm watching myself on Twitch. I just wanted to make sure that it was like running well on the different platforms. And usually I'll check on Twitch mainly because sometimes I get chats that are spammy. But that's when I had the chat on screen. Like, I'll show you real quick. So I have the power to show the chat on screen like this. So I can type like, "Hi everyone." So you can chat with me, right? And a couple of times I already got like spam, chat. So now I don't show it anymore on screen just because it's a little bit risky. You never know. And YouTube doesn't want stuff like that. So now I take it off. So I take it off. Yeah, so now we're just like this. So if you hear me speaking to somebody and you're like, I don't see anybody chatting, it would be, I love it if you're just watching at all. But it would be nice for me to see your chat through YouTube or Twitch, just so I can see like a person instead of it just saying Facebook user, because then I don't know who's saying what. That's all. So yeah, YouTube or Twitch are the best places to watch, I feel. And then I also am partial to Twitch. I think Twitch has live streaming communication, like is the best platform. And the community on Twitch is superb. Actually, the people on YouTube are actually super nice too. So both are great. I just like all the bells and whistles that Twitch also has for people that are affiliated or partner with Twitch, which I'm not yet. But once I get there, it's gonna be cool because they have a lot of stuff, and I really like Twitch a lot. So cool. I will paint this. I'll probably, I don't know. Oh, I think I'm gonna improve this part of it because it's too line a little, it's just not there yet. So I'm gonna focus on this probably, and maybe a bit more on the, you can kind of see my reference photo this way. You know what I could do? Hold on, please. Let me add the reference photo. Where is it? So just one momento. Let me get these out of the way. I think I can put, sorry about the way here. So this guy I put on this screen, but what I want to do, there we go. So copy, and I want him on the watercolor. Paste. That's fine. Right. There we go. This way you can see it too. Maybe. I don't know. I know I keep talking about it. Sorry. I'm just excited. But the membership, I really want to help other artists get themselves out there. And I know a lot of things about, not a lot, like I'm not an expert on OBS, but enough to help you, enough to help you live stream and do what I do. So basically what I want to do is share everything I know now to whoever's willing to listen. That's pretty much where I'm at. That's so funny. All right, so I think that looks pretty darn good. Okay, cool. Okay. It's not quite, I don't know, I'm learning. My goodness, I have like coffee cups everywhere. And it's so funny because, so these brushes, hold on. if you look through, I'm sure you'll be able to find it because I've posted it so much, but I painted a rose and I used these brushes to show that you don't need expensive brushes. I could probably show you actually. It would be behind this one. Oh, it's actually because I started this one before this one. So this rose, just to share with you, is all of it was painted, well, except for, I don't know where it is right now. Oh, here. I did paint the background with this goat hair, right? Okay, that's the only other thing I did. But then I painted this rose all just with these brushes. And these brushes are less than 10, well, $9.81 the last time I looked, you know, so it's under $10 on Amazon. And I painted it on non-hot press paper, so it's, you know, bumpy and not as good paper as Arches. In fact, there was so many blemishes on the paper. Like you can kind of tell right there and right here, I couldn't get out. But I just kept telling myself, this is just a study. You're just learning the, you know, the painting. It's going to be okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're just learning it. So yeah, so the BEE watercolor paper is great. You know, but it has its lesser quality than Arches. Arches is like absolute perfection. It's not total perfection, but good, very good. So I'm gonna start painting on Arches actually after this bird. Man, I am just chatterbox today. I'll leave that alone. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm trying to tape it down so that, because it's, you know, warped, whatever, because I'm painting on it. But when you're doing high detail, it's not that big a deal because you're only painting a section at a time. So it's not really a super big deal if it buckles like this. I still recommend this journal. It's the BEE Watercolor Journal. It was about $22 when I last looked at it at Amazon. And yeah, and then these brushes work fine for high detail work. I actually recommend them because they're synthetic, which means that they hold less water, or less paint, less water. So it's a little bit easier to control for a beginner. So they're great. I think they're fine, just fine. You can actually look at brushes, miniature detail brushes. Those, if you can get even smaller brushes, you can get even smaller detail. When you're painting something 8x11, it's kind of hard to get like hyper detail into that, but you can. I'm not saying you can't, because you can do anything. You really can. So yeah, you can totally use these. My favorite brushes are the Maestro, DaVinci Maestro. But it, you know, it does take learning water control and all that stuff, just to understand why things are happening. You know, when you put too much water on paper, or if the pigment to water ratio is not what you expected and there's more water, so it creates a ring. There's like a bunch of little things that you learn as you learn how to paint in watercolor. You know, and just like anything, you just learn it as you go, you know. All right. I need to work on this beak for sure. So let's do that. Can this switch? Okay. Awesome. Glasses would work. I'm getting old. Where are my glasses? Okay. My head. Okay. Two. Zoom. I sprayed too much water in my palette. So what I'm going to do is, instead of using a more expensive brush to try to get more color out of the paints, I'm going to use my cheaper brush, synthetic, to try to build a puddle of paint. That's just to help make your natural hair brushes that are spendier last longer, right? Because you're not using it just to get paint out, you're actually using it for painting. So I want a dark color, but I also want a brown, I think. No, actually I don't need it. Never mind. Maybe this one. I don't want to have like my head be in the way. Ugh. It really is like using a brush pen. Now, it's not going to be exact, of course, but I'm going to try my best to get really close. hard to do it with this paper. Okay, there's actually, it comes down more. Now I have to wait for this to dry before I can add the black on top. Okay. I think it's dry enough. I know, you can't even barely see anything. Okay. Good enough. I'm gonna need to let it dry anyway. A spotter would be nice right now. I can't even see it. How do I get a DACA? I guess you can kind of see it if you look really close. No. I mean, not on camera anyway. You can with your eyes. Like, I'm looking at it and I can see it. Ooh. It's a little too thick. All right, so it suggests texture. About that. It's looking kind of cool. What? Where'd it go? Oh, it's in my hand. I can use it. That's too watery. So small. This would be so much easier if it was a big painting. Trying to get in here is so hard. Well, oh, sorry. Oh my God, the chat. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. It's buffering, or it was. No, Buller. Buller? What? Hi, Sophera. Sorry, I didn't see you till just now. That's been a while. Yeah, I need to figure out a sound alert. I'll try to figure that out. That'll wake me up. Sorry. What's Bowler? I don't know what Bowler is. But hi, Sophera. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. You just get into what you're doing, you know. I'm sure you guys understand. I'm sure you guys understand. I get a little bit into my work here, but I still try to be online. Oh, Bueller. That's funny. Sorry. Yeah. I've seen that movie. It's funny. It's so good. I wish life was like that easy, or, you know, he's just like, do whatever. It might be. I never tried it, actually. You know, maybe it is. Maybe it could be that way. I never tried it. I gotta watch that movie again. That's good. I think I made this a bit too dark. That's okay. Is that thing on the bird's head hard? Oh, like yeah, it's a horn, I believe. It can attack you with it. I don't know if they're mean or anything. I was just inspired by, it's a channel in Living Color. Yeah, in Living Color is the channel, and then Denise Snowden is the creator. And I watched her for so long, and because she did swatches. She does a lot of painting swatches, and she's also a rep, or, you know, like a creator for a company, DaVinci paints, watercolor paints. And I really like DaVinci also. So I watched her channel all the time, and she would compare, you know, she'd swatch out colors and talk about the pigments and get really nerdy about pigments. And it would be like 3-hour long swatching of the paints and talking about paints. And thus my paint collection grew, you know, colors, paint collection, all different brands. They used to even, she was a part of a group too, and they would send paints to each other to swatch out. It's really cool. Ambassador, yes, Ambassador. Looks like a dinosaur, I know. It does. Yeah, I don't know. She chose to paint it one day, and I was like, oh, I'll start my channel with this painting. So I started painting it, and then I was like, I'm not really into that much with birds. I'm not really into birds. And plus, the neck part is so crazy that I was like, oh, I can do it. If I just keep working on it, I can do it. And yes, of course, you could. But I get Look, it's very cartoony. But whatever. Right? It does look like a dinosaur more than a bird. They remind me of turkeys. We have a turkey, a pet turkey. And her neck is like this, but it's all brown. This guy is super colorful. But yeah. I don't know. I think I want to just leave it like this because I don't want to go in there and be detailed, like totally detail on the neck. That's crazy. It's so much work. Oh, I want this to be more red though. I need this to dry anyway, the beak. I was working on it. So let me add more red to this neck part. I want it to be way brighter. Come on, phone. I may have made it too dark already, but whatever. I'll still play with it. I gotta figure out what to paint next. Because, man, you know, this is so difficult. I mean, the level, this bird is super difficult. Do you still eat turkey at Thanksgiving? Yes, yes, we do. It was so funny because she showed up Thanksgiving week. What were we doing? I don't know. It's not actually like directly my turkey, but I get to, kind of like a grandma, I get to play with it while other people take care of it. So she hangs out with our chickens. And it's the daughter-in-law. She takes care of it. Her. That's a girl. And all the chickens. And I get to just go out there every once in a while and play with them. But my focus is painting. It's getting more red. And she has a neck like this, but it's all brown. And she's so pretty. Like and it's very soft. Her head doesn't have this horn. It has actually skin, skin like this, and then little feathers on it. And it's so soft. And she's so cool because you'll walk up to her and she'll start like looking at you, and then she'll sit down to let you pet her. Oh my God, she's so sweet. She's super, super sweet. We love her. But yeah, we still eat turkey. Silent Speaks. Hi, how are you doing? How was your guys' New Year's? Because, I don't party, so I was at home and I just got to hear all the explosions. I'm glad you guys are here. So I want it to still show bumps, or you know, I don't want it to be flat red. I'm trying to make it shape. Yeah, something like that. Make it look more like 3D bump. I don't know how to explain it. Not bump, but like the skin is super trippy. Maybe we can really enlarge it. You know what I mean? Like bumpy. Not bumpy. You went to a friend's house, ate snacks, did a jello shot, and did a 1,000-piece puzzle. Oh my God, did you guys finish it? Wow. That's pretty cool. I like, actually painting reminds me of doing a puzzle. You're putting the color the color pigments on. And then you have to figure out, it's like total problem solving, because you have to figure out like, okay, how am I gonna make it show this color and this color all at the same time? It's neat. I like it. You got about 3/4 of the way done, went back to the next day to finish it. Wow, that's really good. You guys are smart. I don't know. I don't think I'm that good with puzzles. But then I never really practice it either. So maybe. What a fun night. I just stayed home and did nothing. Oh man, I gotta update Nightbot. That's from October. All right, I need a purpley color. Purpley dark. Also, that might work. I feel like I need to fix that. Oh, red enough. No, Doc. I don't know where to lay this. Well, actually, this is so crazy. It's so hard to do. You don't know what you're going to do for your next piece. I don't know yet. Actually, I kind of have an idea. I think I don't know. It's another rose, so I don't know if that's a good one because I already did a rose. But I do love them. I do love doing roses. I gotta calm this beak down. I didn't even do the what do you call it? The mouth right. I made a dip right here, and that's not in the pic. in the reference at all. I'm just making stuff up as I go. I don't know, maybe? Not really. The needle is actually more better. It is the color. I think it's faster to show you from my phone. It's pink. Peachy pink? Peachy? Come on. Oh. It is. Where's the Instagrams? Is it on this one? Oh. Okay. So, looks like this. I think it's pretty. I think it would make a good painting, mainly because the shadows. So when you're picking a reference photo, at least, yeah, light pink with yellows in it, because the yellow's in the center here. But yeah, when you're choosing a photo for painting, it's good to have the high contrast between the light and shadows. So these lines, just so it's way easier for the eye, for you to convey 3D or shapes and just the more variance with contrast you have, I feel like the better. So I was thinking about that one. But it would be nice to make it way bigger. So I don't know if I have a high photo, like I can zoom in more. I don't know if I have one. But these would be difficult at this size. So it would probably be a bigger one. Constant practice. That's what's happening. You constantly practice. And then eventually I'll do compositions where I would have to figure out light source, shadows from the light source within a composition. Like there's going to be multiple things going on. And then once I balance like the light source part of it, because you can gather reference photos, but the light source is probably going to be at a different angle for all of them. So you have to figure out shadows and stuff, proportions. I mean, if you want to, I like realistic fantasy. So still realistic looking, but fantasy at the same time. That's really what I love. And doing studies of reference, it just teaches you how to balance, you know, how to work with the paper, how to work with the paints. So that's why I call these studies. So when you actually paint your piece, you're like, oh, I know how I can do this. I know how to get away with this. I know how to get this texture, you know. I think I'm stalling because, look at me, I'm all oily. I'm stalling, I feel like. But I can, this will be meditative, just doing all the dots on the head. I still feel like I need to do something right here. I was gonna scrape out. You forgot what you were gonna say. I don't have the highlights on the black feathers down on the corner, that lower right corner. You know what I mean? I don't have any highlights right here. I don't have any highlights over here, where in the reference photo you can see like the light hitting different feathers. These look like different feathers from his chest feathers. Like these look super soft, but the ones over here has some stiffness to it. At least that's what it looks like. And I don't have those highlights. And I could have, like next time, if I ever added this bird into painting, I would probably paint it the highlight color first, and then go in with the dark to show the highlights of those feathers. I feel like that's what I would do instead of scraping it in. You learn as you go. Where's my birdie bird? Where's that little birdie bird? Okay. I could do dots because I only have about a half an hour left. I could work on his head dots. It's not really dots, it's like the skin actually goes in the areas that have dots. But that's some crazy render you can do. Photorealism is so hard. Using masking fluid would help. Yep. But this paper is not good, doesn't work well with masking fluid. It'll tear the paper. And probably because there's no sizing on the top, maybe? I'm not sure. But even tape has a hard, you know, it'll pull the fibers of the paper when you just put tape on it. And I use tape that's for, you know, gentle tape, basically. This one anymore. Let's just take it off. Yeah, this paper is very delicate. Nah, I mean, you know, more delicate than Arch. Although I never tape hot press, so I couldn't really compare them. You know, this is actually dark. too dark. I'm like, how am I gonna get these lines right? If I lean this way. So when is my streaming schedule? Wait. I know you, right. Yes, this paper, well, it's cheaper than Arsh and it works like, 100% cotton. But yeah, there's trade-offs for sure. And then my schedule, I'm aiming for Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 to 6 Pacific, because I'm in Pacific time. That's my goal. That's part of my 2024 goal, is to multi-stream the whole year on those days at those times. That's my goal. I want to do a YouTube video actually of goals, because it's important to make goals that you have control over, right? Like having a goal of, oh, I want 1,000 followers. You don't really have control over that, but you can control what you do to get there. So that's what you focus on, is what you can do. And it's a subtle thing, but at least it's under your control. You can do the best you can anyway to meet it. And I want to talk about it a little bit, just because, it's 2024 and it's the time to talk about goals. Figured this would be a good time for it. There we go. Oh, this is so difficult. Oh man, it's not making the hairs that I like. I mean, kinda. Yeah, sorta. I'm getting there. Here. Ear hairs. Oh, hi, Laura. How are you doing? Still working on the bird. How was your... When was I streamed? Yes. How was your New Year's? You're going all the way, so proud. Thanks. Oh, funny. Are you talking about the goals or the painting? I was talking about how I wanted to do a video on YouTube about goals. Just because, you know, it's time of year to make goals. My goal is to stream Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific time. Oh, the painting. I know. Going in on the ear hairs. I like... See, normally I can move this easel around, but I'm trying to do my best at learning how to keep it, you know, well oriented for the camera. Oh, but it's not. It's really makes it hard. Oh, it's so dark. Oh well. Oh my gosh, stop. I don't know. I'm just learning as I go. Trying to make long hairs. I mean, it's kind of getting there. Oh. But I should do it as well. Yes, that's one of my goals, is the live stream schedule. What else do I have? I don't know. I'm gonna think about my goals for the year. Oh, a video a week at least on the YouTube channel. That's like, you know, not for quantity, I guess. Like, I want to figure out like good topics to talk about. And then what else? Shorts, of course, because you got to do all the things. And then, oh yeah, the live streaming will really help me with having a lot of paintings, right? Because it's 2 hours per live stream. That's a good practice, I think. So these are short. These hairs are actually pretty long. Oh my goodness. It keeps drying out. Hold on. Okay. Ah! Oh my gosh. The struggle is real. Because you have to get like the paint consistency right, the color, and then you can't push down too hard. It's all these balance, like lots of things all at the same time. And then you don't want to like just focus on what you're doing. You gotta like still look at where you're placing everything. That's the challenge. Ah, don't push down so hard. I don't know. That's good enough for now. So dark. Oh my gosh, he has hairs going this way now. Like into his eye almost. Do I really need to do that? Ooh. I can't even get one. I put art aside just, you know, because of life, right? And then I took a position that would be overnight, and it's emergency only, like, yeah, basically emergency or helping somebody overnight. I worked for a corporate company and I help people with all things tech and all the software that the company used. So if they're like doing a project and they can't log in, that's simple. But like other things, like it was basically a smorgasbord of whatever came through, right? But I had a lot of downtime because I decided to work overnight shift. So it was quiet, and that was because I wanted to avoid the traffic in Seattle because I had to come in to work. And then I found that I actually really liked working overnight. It was really quiet. And so I thought, oh, let me get back into art. And I thought, oh, watercolor. That's what kids start at, right? That's what kids do. I was so ridiculous. And so I thought, oh, I can learn this easy because I've been generally decent at art in high school. And so I thought, oh, I'll be able to pick this up, no problem. No. So I tried to paint. And then, oh, actually, I talk about this in one of my videos on YouTube. And so I didn't know anything about like watercolor paper. I didn't actually know there was a specific paper for watercolor. So I bought, I think it was Canson. I mean, you know, I don't want to blame Canson, but I think I got Canson. It said watercolor on it, and I thought, oh, this is inexpensive. Why is everybody complaining about how expensive it is? So I buy it, and then I bought, I think it was Koi watercolor set, and of course I got the one that had the most colors. And then I didn't know how to color mix, like, you know, how to shift a color from one way to another. I didn't know anything, and I thought, well, you know, no big deal, I can pick this up. Oh my god. So yeah, I had such a hard time. I couldn't even do a circle. You know how in beginning, did you? Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that they're horrible. I'm just saying that at the time, like where I was, it was extremely frustrating that I couldn't do a simple thing. Like all I wanted to do was a sphere. You know how everybody starts with a sphere and you try to make it look 3D. Oh shit, yeah, watercolor is hard, yes. But the trick is learning from somebody that knows what they're doing so they can guide you. That's how I like instantly got from beginner to hyper-realistic. And now I want to teach it. So that's why I opened a membership. Oh man, but when I started, I was so frustrated because I couldn't even do a simple sphere. So bad. Oh, Bahong is good. Oh yeah. I need to try that paper. I still need to try that paper. But when I found Arch, I was like, oh, why go anywhere else, you know? And I'm already familiar with it. You follow along on tutorials on YouTube, yeah. I did that too. The problem though, with that, is I ran into, so Denise Snowden on In Living Color, and then Dr. Otto Kano, and a couple other people. And they covered, their videos was at the time mostly all about paints and all the different colors and the pigments and the light fastness and all that. So I got to learn all about paints, and I ended up being more of a collector than actually painting. So that can happen if you watch YouTube channels. You end up being more of a collector of things that you see online, like, oh, great gift idea. I did a gift idea video, and I tried to keep it like inexpensive as far as I know. You know, like I had a palette that I showed that I only got for $2.50, but it's such a good palette for like plein air because it's so lightweight. That was one of the ones I recommended. But I really like ceramic palettes. So even traveling, I'll carry around a ceramic palette. It's all heavy. But I don't know, maybe if I was like hiking in, then I maybe wouldn't have a ceramic palette. Maybe. I just really love it. So I probably would still carry a ceramic palette, even if I was hiking. That's so funny. But yeah, so yeah, if you learn from other people, then you get there faster. You always have the option to learn on your own. Where it is. So I was like, no, I need somebody to get me. The reason why I got, so I decided to start on watercolor, right? Because I thought, oh, if young kids can do it, then that's easy, right? So dumb. And then I was looking up different paintings of watercolor online, and that's when I ran into hyper-realistic, and I was like, what? I was totally like jaw dropped, like, what? I had no idea watercolor could do that. So I got really excited, and that's when I looked for different ways of learning hyper-realistic. You have a mini ceramic palette? Yeah, I do too. I have a couple different kinds. I use the Dollar Tree plates for my everyday use with my watercolors. You like, is it ceramic Dollar Tree plates? Or do you mean like paper plates? I don't know. I love ceramic. This is a ceramic dinner plate. What I did was I bought the set so that I could use it as a palette. It's so funny. So we have the other ones. I took one of them and we have the other ones, and we use that for dinner plates. Hold on, I got a cough. Didn't hear me coughing. I always end up coughing around this time. You have a mini, yeah. Oh wait, let me read. I'm trying to read it. Did I miss any chats? When I began to use Bao Hong Academy, I saw the difference. Yeah, I heard Bao Hong is good. Oh, Laura is on YouTube and Safara is on Twitch. So I'm sorry if you guys don't see each other's chats, but it's just safer not to have the chats on screen. So yeah, sorry that I probably sound weird responding to you guys. You're in two different platforms. Oh, I gotta go soon. Oh, I forgot. I have a meeting at 6 in 5 minutes. Oh yeah, I even showed people, like, you know, you could travel with an Altoid tin and put half pans in it. Blah blah blah. Right? I need to make more videos. So dismiss this. Ah, sorry, Laura. I know. Sorry. I'm multi-streaming, so I get all the chats in one, but you guys don't see each other's chats. And even if I showed it right now, it doesn't show the like it doesn't show past chats, so I can't even like share. I know. Here. So here's Laura. Who am I talking to? I know, I'm sorry. and then here's Sophera on Twitch. They're real. I'm not just talking to myself. There's real people. So funny. A ghost? No. Oh, how do I? There. Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, she's just pretending there's people. She's just talking to herself. Oh, crap. Okay, I gotta go. I have to go to a meeting. So I will be back tomorrow, 4 to 6. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let me back this up so we can see. Oi, oi. That's how far we got today. I know, it doesn't look like I've done anything, but whatever. That's how it goes. I think that's what makes it hard, is that when you do a couple hours, it doesn't look like you got anywhere. But that's how far we got. I'll take a picture. I'll share it on Insta or something. Probably everywhere. Okay, I gotta go. I'll get in trouble. See you guys. Night. Let's see. What do I do here? Still learning how to do this. Here. There we go. Good night, you guys.